PFL 2021 Week 8 and the second week of the playoffs in the women's lightweight division and the men's heavyweight division. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and everything like that. If we can get this video to 35 likes, I'm going to be doing something absolutely crazy. I will be drinking a cup of pickle juice, lemon juice, and milk in the shoe that I have right here. I will be putting all three of those things inside of this shoe and shoeing it on a live stream. So 35 likes on this video, I will shoey pickle juice, lemon juice, and milk in my shoe all mixed as one. So if you want to see that, make sure you guys hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when I post a new video. But overall, let's just go on and make our predictions right now. We got Kaitlyn Harrison, Gina Fabian, Bruno Cabazzola, Jamel Jones, Taylor Guardardo, Larissa Pacheco, Dennis Goldsam, Ante Deliha, Stuart Austin, who actually beat Tom Aspinall over there in Cage Warriors, Henna Fajeda, Kaitlyn Young, Marina Machtantina, Motorist, Carl Simonataffa, if I'm saying that name correctly, Mariana Morais, Zamza Gula, Fai Zelenova, Amanda Levy, Cynthia, Vanessa, Vescon, Christian Lawson, and then Jonas. I mean, I know I probably got a couple of the names wrong on here. There's a lot of like Russian, Kazakhstan type of fighters on here. If I got any names wrong, correct me in the comment section below. But overall, really solid fight card. 10 fights for PFL 2021 Week 8, the second weeks of the playoffs. So let's get into the first fight on the fight card right here in the lightweight division. Christian Lawson and Jonas in the lightweight division. It's going to be a really interesting fight. I kind of have it as a very 50-50 type of fight. Christian Lawson is a lot younger, 26 and a half years old. Jonas is 34 years old, a lot smaller and a lot less lengthy than Christian Lawson right there. So, in my opinion, Christian Lawson needs to keep range, jab, 1-2, leg kick, body kick, all that type of stuff. Just keep range and not let Jonas actually close that distance and land his strikes, because Jonas is one of those guys that kind of just moves forward slowly, looking for that opportunity to land with his right hand and get the knockout. But if he can keep range on the feet, I definitely think he will have the advantage on the feet, as well as he has really good grappling and wrestling. Wrestling and jiu-jitsu foundation style, coming off a decision win on Dennis Hughes. Beat Wesley Golden by submission right there. It was a banana split submission, absolutely insane. Armbar, another submission win, rear naked guillotine, and another decision. His wrestling's really good. His grappling is really good. I think he'll have the advantage here against Jonas in the wrestling and grappling game. Now, Jonas does have a solid wrestling grappling game. He does have 7 submissions and 5 knockouts, some of those being ground up on TKOs. But overall, I do think Christian Lawson will be just a tad better on the ground and a tad better on the feet. I think Jonas main way of winning would not be on the feet, because again, it's going to be at range where Christian has the height and reach advantage. It's not going to be on the ground where Christian has the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling advantage. He's probably going to be in the clinch, because Jonas is probably going to be the stronger fighter than Christian Lawson. He probably needs to get the fight to the clinch and land sort of those clinch ground and pound type of strikes. That'd be the best way I see him winning, or just on the feet, a lot of constant pressure and a lot of volume. But I don't see that happening. I do think that Christian Lawson is going to keep the fight on the feet, at range, win the fight on the feet, but also mix in some takedowns every now and then as well. I think it's a pretty easy prediction right here. He is actually the underdog on the betting odds, which I thought was very interesting. But 79% have Lawson winning. From the film that I saw, I definitely agree that Christian Lawson should be the favorite. But right now, the best fight odds right now actually have Lawson as an underdog, which I was very surprised about. So I don't know. Whenever I have an underdog winning and I'm confident in that underdog winning, why wouldn't you bet him? So plus 110 right there, I'm probably going to put a little bit of money on Christian Lawson, because I do think he has all of the advantages in the striking and grappling and wrestling game. So it's a really good fight in the lightweight division. But what do you guys think is going to happen? Put your predictions in the comment section below. But I personally have Christian Lawson winning that fight by a decision right there. And then after that one, we got Cynthia, Vanessa, Vescon, and Amanda Levy. I really don't. I mean, they're both 0-0. Cynthia, Vanessa, Vescon has 0 professional or amateur MMA fights. Amanda Levy, she has 2 amateur fights, but there's not really enough to go off of to really make my prediction on that one. So I'm not going to make my prediction for that one right there. So let's just move on to the next fight. Also going to be in the lightweight division right here. Marina Morais and Zamzagul Faizalanova in the lightweight division. Another really close fight on the betting odds. -120 for Marina Morais, and then +100 for Zamzagul Faizalanova. So it's a really close fight on the betting odds, and it's a close fight on the Tapology predictions as well. But Marina needs this fight to stay on the feet. She's going to be a lot better in the striking, have a lot more power in the striking, have a lot more volume, a lot more pressure. Everything to do with the striking, Marina Morais is going to be the better fighter, but Zamzagul Faizalanova has really good wrestling, sambo, all that type of stuff, judo. I mean, all foundations in MMA that have to do with wrestling or grappling. This girl is really good. She beat Liana Jojua, who is inside the UFC right now, beat Diana Belbita, and Marina Machtantina, who's also on this fight card. But she got an armbar submission win, another armbar, and then 2 ground pound TKOs. The wrestling's really good. Her judo is even better. She does a really good thing in the clinch, where she closes that distance, gets the fight to the clinch, and literally just pulls them over and judo throws them to the ground. So it's going to be a close fight. I definitely think whoever wins is going to be a dominant win. Either Marina Morais just does really good in defending every single one of the takedowns and just dominates Zamzagul on the feet, or we see Zamzagul end up getting those judo throws, getting the takedowns, and using the wrestling and using the grappling to a decision. It's a very close one. I think either way, whoever wins, it is going to be a decision. If there were a finish, I'd probably rather go Zamzagul Faizalanova to win the fight, but probably by ground pound TKO. But it's a really even fight. I'm very slightly leaning Zamzagul Faizalanova, if I'm saying the name correctly, because Marina Morais, from the film that I have seen of her, her takedown defense isn't really the best. She did get taken out a lot by Kayla Harrison and got ground upon TKO, but there's other fights earlier in her career where her takedown defense didn't really look too good, and Zamzagul Faizalanova is a really strong fighter in this lightweight division. I think she'll be able to get the fight down. So my prediction right here is definitely going to be Zamzagul Faizalanova winning the fight by a very close 29-28 decision. Maybe one of the rounds goes to Marina Morais if she's able to stuff a couple of those takedowns and judo throws, keep the fight on the feet. But overall, I think it's going to be a really 50-50 fight, really even fight in the women's lightweight division. But my prediction is going to be Zamzagul Faizalanova to win that fight right there. Sue Manutaffa versus Motorist in the heavyweight division. Now, both guys aren't really doing too good in their last couple of fights. Sue Manutaffa is 12 wins and 3 losses right there, with 4 losses in a row. Some of them in CFFC and some of them inside the PFL to Henny Ferreira, Dustin Johnson, Ali Isaev, and then Ante De Lija. So some really good competition. But out of his 12 wins and 3 losses, he has a lot of finishes. 10 knockout wins, 1 submission win, and 1 decision win. 5 knockout losses and 8 decision losses right there. So in my opinion, whoever wins this fight with Sue Manutaffa and Motorist, it's going to be a knockout. I mean, both of these guys have a lot of power in their hands, but it's going to be a really even fight in the wrestling. I do think Motorist does have a wrestling background, but Sue Manutaffa, he's kind of grown and become a better wrestler over time. I still think Motorist might have a very slight advantage, but either way, I don't really see the wrestling kind of coming into play too much here, because both guys have a lot of dynamite in their hands. They're probably going to want to keep the fight on the feet and land that big shot and get the knockout in the first or second round. But it's a close one. It's one of those where, 71%, 29%, it should not be that spread out. It should definitely be like a 50-50 type of fight, because one punch from Sue Manutaffa and one punch from Motorist, the fight's going to be over. So Carl, in my opinion, is going to have the power advantage. He's going to have the height advantage, and then he's going to have the 5-inch reach advantage. But Motorist has the movement advantage, he has the striking defense advantage, and he has the speed advantage. So that is why it's a really even fight. Sorry, I had a burp. But whoever's going to win, it's just going to matter who lands first. And I do think Motorist is going to land first. His movement really allows him to just keep on moving side to side to side. And Carlos Manutaffa is one of those guys that kind of sits back, moves forward, and just goes out there for a big right hand. If Carl misses on that right hand, we're going to see Mo dip to the left and throw his overhand right, which is absolutely deadly. So for this fight, I do think Carlos Manutaffa is going to get himself caught coming to the inside, trying to land one of his really big power shots, and Motorist, just as he did it to Valdrin Istadev, I think it's a right hook knockout or an overhand right knockout win right there. It's a really close one. It is the heavyweight division. Anything can happen. One punch lands, the fight is over, but Motorist with the speed advantage, with the movement advantage, I do think he will use that speed to move out of the way of one of Carl's punches and counter him with a big right hand. So my prediction right here in the heavyweight division is gonna be Motorist by a first or second round knockout right there. Amazing fight in the heavyweight division. Kaitlyn Young and Marina Machtantina in the women's lightweight division. 50-50 fight. That's kind of what I have to say right here, because Kaitlyn Young obviously is going to be the much better striker than Marina Machtantina right here. She's going to be a lot taller, 3 inches taller, and a 4.5 inch reach advantage. I believe that might be a 3.5 inch, but either way, she's going to have the reach, she's going to have the height, she's going to have the power on the feet, she's going to have the volume on the feet, she's going to have the speed on the feet. Everything to do with the striking right here with Kaitlyn Young and Marina Machtantina. Kaitlyn Young is pretty much better, but Marina has a good game plan of closing that height and reach disparity, which is what she always does. She goes like this, puts her hand right here, and goes for a big overhand right, a left hook, something like that, just some big looping punch. She'll eat a couple of shots coming onto the inside, but with that big looping punch, she's able to back up her opponent just a little bit, and then try to go for a double A, or just get the fight to the clinch. So for this fight right here, I do think Marina Machtantina is going to go out there, do one of those big overhands or left hooks, just some really big shot, moving Kaitlyn Young to the back, and Marina is going to go out there, get the fight to the clinch, and once she's in the clinch, she's going to either keep you there in the clinch for quite a while, or she's going to take you down pretty fast. So I think it's going to be close. I think Kaitlyn Young definitely has the abilities to keep the fight on the feet, because she does have the height and reach. If she can find a way to keep range and defend the takedown, she can definitely win the fight. But I do think eventually Marina Machtantina will end up closing the distance, and I do think she'll get like 2 or 3 takedowns in the fight. I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be a 29-28. Kaitlyn Young definitely has some solid takedown defense, but Marina Machtantina, she just keeps on going and going. She's really good in the ground pound, in the clinch, really good on the ground with her ground pound, with her submission game as well. Out of her 5 wins and 2 losses, knee bar submission win, arm bar Achilles lock, and then an arm bar submission win, a dominant win over Amanda Bell as well. So my prediction right here is going to be Marina Machtantina. I do ever going out there, going for the big right hook, everything like that, closing the distance and getting the fight down as soon as possible. So right here, I'm going to go Marina Machtantina winning that fight by a decision. It should be an amazing fight in the lightweight division. Henny Fajeda and Stuart Austin in the heavyweight division. Now, a lot of people looking at this fight, I mean, 90% going Fajeda, 10% going Austin. You would think, right, Henny Fajeda is the one of the most tall heavyweight fighters I've ever seen. I believe even more tall than Alexander Volkov in the UFC. At an 85-inch reach. Absolutely long, absolutely tall, and only 31.5 years old. 7 wins and 2 losses. He's got a lot of power, really good 1-2 down the middle. Pretty good body kicks and leg kicks as well. 5 knockouts, 1 submission, and 1 decision. It seems pretty self-explanatory, right? That you go Henny Fajeda. He's going to have the height, he's going to have the reach. He also has some pretty good BJJ background as well. Good submission skills, good arm triangles, good rear nakeds, all that type of stuff. But the man he is fighting in Stuart Austin has a really good wrestling and judo background, and has really good grappling and wrestling. So right here, you see Tom Aspinall win by heel hook in the second round. Second round TKO win due to ground pound knockout win, a rear naked Kimura, ground pound knockout win. All of his wins are on the ground by ground pound knockout win or by submission. So it only takes 1 takedown from Stuart Austin to get the fight down and latch in a submission, latch in the ground pound, and win the fight. So it's a close one. Can definitely go either way. I'm definitely not as confident as a Tapology predictions. I mean, 90%, that is a lot of people going Fajeda right there, but Yeah, I'm gonna go Fabian winning the fight. He is a lot longer, a lot lengthier. He likes to land that really, really hard, snapping body kick at range. I mean, you can't really do anything about it because he lands a body kick. You can't really close the distance that fast because he's 6'8" tall and an 85-inch reach. So the body kicks, the leg kicks, that 1-2 right down the middle, because 85-inch reach, that really allows you to land really, really good with those straight punches. So I think he's gonna end up landing one of those straight punches, getting a nice 1-2 right in the middle of the guard of Stuart Austin and knocking him out in the second round right there. Yeah, I got Fabian winning. I'm not that confident in him winning because I do know the grappling and wrestling and judo pedigree of Stuart Austin. It's going to be a good one. Fabian, I think, will defend the takedowns, keep the front of the feet, body kick, leg kick, and 1-2, 1-2, eventually landing that right hand right in the middle of Stuart Austin's face, KO or TKO in the second round right there. Amazing fight in the heavyweight division. Denis Goltsov and Ante Delija in the heavyweight division. The tournament semifinals right here. The winner of this fight is going to fight Bruno Cabazzola or Jamel Jones in the finals of the heavyweight tournament. This fight is going to be a very, very good one. Both guys very, very similar in age at 31 and 2 months and 31 and 1 week right there, but the age really is not going to play that big of a factor. But the reach and height are also really, really even, 6'5" and then 79 and 78-inch reach. So I really doubt the height, the reach, the age, anything like that is really going to play a factor. Both Ante Delija and Denis Goltsov have really, really solid wrestling and grappling skills. Ante Delija showed some really good wrestling in his last fight, getting the ground upon TKO on Chandler Cole. He has around, let's see right here, 7 submission wins, so he has some pretty good grappling and pretty good wrestling, but Denis Goltsov also has some pretty good wrestling and grappling. 2 ground upon knockout wins right there, an Ezekiel choke, another submission win, a triangle choke submission win, a Kimura armbar. He also has really, really good grappling with 10 submission wins right there, but I do think the grappling and wrestling, it could play a factor, but I ultimately do think the fight will be staying on the feet, with Denis Goltsov being on the front foot, moving on Ante Delija, trying to land the leg kicks, the body kicks, and just tear up the lead leg of Ante Delija, and that will pay dividends for the later rounds, because Denis Goltsov is a much better kickboxer than Ante Delija. Ante kind of just likes to stay back and then go for some big hooks and try to knock you out. That would be the main way of him winning, would be just him exploding with a big combination and knocking him out. But Denis Goltsov does a really, really good job of coming in and out really, really fast and landing those leg kicks and body kicks at range very, very well. So I'm going to go... I was thinking a knockout win for Denis Goltsov. I'm not too sure if it might be a knockout because he has I think he only has one knockout win or one knockout loss in his career. The other one was that injury, the leg injury right there. But he only has one real knockout loss in his career to Bruno Henrique Cabazzola. I don't think we're going to see another knockout right here. I think it's going to be more of a technical striking fight with Denis staying at range, body kicks, leg kicks, 1-2s, just staying on the outside, and just staying away from that power shot that Ante Delija always tries to land, because that man is an absolute powerhouse with his right and left hook, absolutely insane. But I do think Denis Goltsov should definitely win the fight. He's just a much better kickboxer, and he's a lot faster. He has a lot better movement than Ante Delija, so that's my prediction right there. Denis Goltsov keeping the fight at range and kickboxing from range, and I do think he wins the semifinals of the heavyweight division in 2021 and goes on to fight either Bruno Cabazzola or Jamel Jones. Be a really, really good fight in the heavyweight division. Put your predictions in the comment section below, but personally, I do have Denis Goltsov winning that fight by a decision right there. Larissa Pacheco and Taylor Guardardo in the tournament semifinals of the women's lightweight division. Larissa Pacheco, much better wrestling and much better grappling. She's going to be the same height and the same reach right there, a lot younger, but either way, Larissa Pacheco is going to be a way better wrestler and grappler. She is a BJJ brown belt or a blue belt, I'm pretty sure. I think it's a blue belt. Let's see right here. She's currently a blue belt in jiu-jitsu and the Jungle Fight Bantamweight champion before signing with the UFC. She fought Jessica Andrade, Jermaine Randami, all of these girls inside the UFC. She she beat Irene Aldana right there as well by third round of ground and pound TKO. She beat Carol Rosa by guillotine. I mean, her submission game and her striking game is really, really good. We used to know her as usually that girl that's trying to get the fight down and look for the submission, look for the ground and pound, that type of stuff. But her striking has gotten a lot better. The last fight with Helena Kolesic, she looked absolutely amazing. First round knockout win in 4 minutes 48 seconds. She looked really, really good. But Taylor Guardardo definitely needs this fight to stay on the feet. I don't know if she'll have the advantage on the feet, but I do think she definitely needs to keep the fight on the feet. So for this fight, Taylor Guardardo and Larissa Pacheco, I think it's really, really close on the feet. But of course, in the clinch, in the wrestling, in the grappling, everything like that, Larissa Pacheco with the BJJ blue belt and just all around being the stronger fighter, the better wrestler, just being the all around better grappler. I think we'll probably take the fight there if the fight is even on the feet. But yeah, I really don't see an opportunity for Taylor Guardardo to finish the fight. So even if Taylor is doing good on the feet, Larissa will pull back on her wrestling and grappling, which she's going to have a significant advantage in. So seems like an easy prediction. I'm going to go Larissa Pacheco going out there, keeping the fight even on the feet. I don't know if she'll have the edge on the feet. It's going to be very, very even. But I think she will end up using her grappling and wrestling. Overall, my prediction right there for Larissa Pacheco and Taylor Guardardo is going to be a... I'm gonna go inside the distance. I'm gonna go Larissa Pacheco by a KO TKO win or a submission win. I'm not too sure what she's gonna get the finish in because she showed a lot of power on the feet. She showed a lot of power with the ground and pound, and she showed a lot of submission game as well. So I don't know how she's gonna finish it, but I do have Larissa Pacheco inside the distance right there. But yeah, put your predictions in the comment section below. Larissa Pacheco and Taylor Guardardo, but I got Larissa Pacheco in that lightweight fight right there. Bruno Capazola and Jamel Jones in the heavyweight division. The tournament semifinals. The winner of this fight is going to be fighting the winner of Dennis Goltsov and Ante DeLija for $1 million. Absolutely crazy, but Bruno Capazola, power is all I really gotta say. The man looked amazing against Ante DeLija. First round knockout win. We got another first round knockout win on Motorist. He is currently the #1 guy in the heavyweight tournament, fighting Jamel Jones, a really good wrestler, a really, really good grappler. But he is gonna be a little bit taller, 2 inches taller than Jamel Jones, and he's gonna have a 4-inch reach advantage. He's gonna have the power advantage. He's gonna have the speed advantage, the movement advantage, every advantage due to the striking. Bruno Capazola will have the advantage, especially with the kicks as well, the body kicks, the leg kicks, the head kicks. All of that goes Bruno Capazola, but all of that gets shut down if Jamel Jones can land just one of his takedowns. The last fight in the PFL against Kaitlyn Abreu went out there with another first round knockout win due to ground and pound right there. Has a lot of other wins with 8 knockout wins, mainly due to ground and pound after he took down his opponents. 2 submission wins and 2 decision wins. Been knocked out 3 times in his professional MMA career by Myron Dennis, by Anton Berzin, by Mike Rodriguez, and then by William Knight right there. So he's got a little bit of an iffy chin in my opinion. And if Mike Rodriguez can knock him out, if Anton Berzin can knock him out, I definitely do think Bruno Capazola can knock him out. But you never know. You never know with the wrestling and grappling of Jamel Jones, the ground and pound and the grinding of Jamel Jones. He can definitely go out there, use that wrestling, and win the fight by a decision or a ground and pound TKO. But I think the fight will stay on the feet. Bruno has really good movement and has really solid takedown defense. So I think the fight does stay on the feet, and I do think Bruno Capazola goes out there and lands another big right hand or maybe another head kick. I'm not too sure, but I do think he's gonna get a knockout. I don't know if it's gonna be a punch knockout, a kick knockout, an elbow knockout, a knee knockout. I really have no idea. It might just be an uppercut knockout when as Jamel Jones is going for the takedown. We really have no idea. But either way, I'm going to go Bruno Capazola. He's a lot more powerful, way faster, and he's just overall the way better striker. So Bruno Capazola by a KO TKO in the very first round. Going on to the tournament finals for $1 million for the PFL tournament in the heavyweight division. But what do you guys think is going to happen? Bruno Capazola and Jamel Jones. Put your predictions in the comment section below right there. Really, really good fight in the heavyweight division. Kayla Harrison and Gina Fabian in the lightweight division. come on, guys. What do you want me to say? Kayla Harrison is in the tournament semifinals yet again. She's going to be in the finals. She's going to win the $1 million just as she has done for the past couple of years. 10 wins and 0 losses. Amazing judo, amazing wrestling, amazing grappling. First on armbar on Cindy Dandois. First on ground upon TKO on Mariana Moraes. Second round TKO on Courtney King. Beat Larissa Pacheco by decision. Bobby Joe Dazel. My armbar, key lock submission win, a decision win. Ground upon TKO, armbar, and then a buttload of judo fights right there in the 2016 Olympic Games, man. This girl's just an absolute beast. The gold medalist in judo probably would have been the gold medalist in 2021, but she's doing MMA, obviously. But her judo is just absolutely crazy. Armbar, TKO, armbar. She's just an absolute beast on the ground. Absolute beast. 4 knockout wins, 4 submission wins, and 2 decision wins. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, if you're watching this video and you're wondering who's going to win the fight, it is fairly obvious. I mean, did you really have to look up a prediction for Kayla Harrison and Gina Fabian? You really didn't, but because it's pretty obvious that Kayla Harrison is going to go out there and control the fight on the ground. And the fact that Gina Fabian, out of her 4 wins and 1 loss, yeah, she has 1 knockout win on Julie Hapagic, but I really don't think Julie Hapagic is the best fighter in the women's lightweight division. But she shows a pretty good power in that fight. She can definitely go out there and get the knockout on Kayla Harrison. She's going to be a lot taller, a lot lengthier than Kayla Harrison by 8 inches in reach, and then I believe, 4 inches in height right there. So yeah, she can keep range and land another good shot and knock out Kayla Harrison. She could land a kick and knock out Kayla Harrison. It's possible. It is MMA. 1 punch, 1 kick, 1 knee that lands could end the fight. But, I mean, come on. Kayla Harrison knows what she's doing. She's going to have a really good striking defense, eventually close that distance, and take down Gina Fabian over and over and over again. And she's going to finish the fight in the first or second round. My prediction right there, it is fairly obvious Kayla Harrison going out there, controlling the fight on the ground, and getting either a ground upon TKO win or an arm bar submission win. Really, really good fight in the main event of PFL 2021. I believe this is the week 8 of the playoffs right here, the second week of the playoffs, but week 8 of the whole entire season. So, yeah, I definitely have Kayla Harrison winning that fight right there. But let me know in the comment section below, does anyone have the underdog in Gina Fabian going out there and winning? There is 3% of the Tapology predictions going Fabian, but put your predictions in the comment section below. I definitely am going Kayla Harrison right there, but overall, really, really good fight in the women's lightweight division. But yeah, guys, that is PFL 2021 week 8 and the second week of the playoffs right there. I got Kayla Harrison winning her fight, Bruno Cavazzolo winning his fight, Larissa Pacheco winning her fight, Dennis Golsov winning his fight, Hannah Fajeda winning his fight, Marina Machtantina winning her fight right there, Motorist winning his fight, Zamzugul, Zelenova winning her fight, and then Christian Lawson winning his fight right there. My 2 underdogs are going to be Christian Lawson and Zamzazul, Zelenova. I believe, I'm not too sure if Jamel Jones, I don't know how big of an underdog Jamel Jones is going to be, but with the wrestling grappling, it does make it a very, very even fight. But overall, PFL 2021 week 8 and the second week of the playoffs. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit that like button. We're trying to hit around 35 likes on this video. If we can do that, like we said at the beginning of the video, we will be doing a shoey. Let's get the shoe right here. We will be doing a shoey where we put lemon juice, pickle juice, and milk, mix it up in the shoe, and drink it on a live stream. We're going to chug all of that stuff, mix it together. It's going to be absolutely nasty, but if you want to see that, I don't know why you would, but like the video. Let's get a 35 likes in the video. Make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of August. I don't know if we'll do that, but with your help, hopefully we can make it there. So subscribe, like the video, turn on those post notifications, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.